Octavia's dynamic right now?
Oh, right now, at the end of season 5, where have we left it? She's on the ship and she's sleeping. Right now, I think there's a long way to go before they're on good terms, and I feel like it's been like that for a long time. But I think Octavia's really going on a journey of her own, like really discovering who she is. And I think that that's something that Bellamy has to let her do, you know? Like, as an older brother, he may have been a little bit overbearing, a little, maybe a lot. So I think there's a journey within herself that she needs to take, and I know that sounds kind of, hyperbole or whatever, like a platitude, but I think there's something that she needs to do on her own, a bit of self-discovery before the two of them can really meet up, because right now I don't think Bellamy sees her as Octavia, he kind of sees her more as the Red Queen, someone who he doesn't recognise.
And about the relationship with Clark, how it's going to be?
Well, I mean, obviously the two of them weren't necessarily fighting on the same side at the end of the season, end of season 5, but Monty obviously feels compelled to try and mend those bridges. So I think that both of them take what Monty says on board quite heavily, and it's something that they're going to try and work towards being able to see eye to eye again. Because it didn't really work out.
Do you see romance involved? I did the same questions for him.
Yeah, I mean that's not really in my wheelhouse of thinking about, to be honest. If it comes up in the script, then I'll think about it then. But Bellamy's with Echo, so it's not really a thing that I'm thinking about. Yeah.
How is that relationship going into the new season?
How is it? How are they? Bellamy and Echo? Look, it's. I know that for the audience, it was maybe a little hard for Bellamy and Clark fans to take. But this year you'll get more of Echo and Bellamy's backstory. Echo's more so. It's something that I think the character needs, so people can understand where they're coming from. So I think that's all I can really say without getting into too much trouble. Yeah.
Are you excited to explore a new planet and see what comes from that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're still shooting in Vancouver. It would have been cool if that new planet was in Hawaii, maybe. We've got such a great team. Like James Philpott, who does all our sets, and his guys that build all the sets do an amazing job. So. It's exciting to explore all that new stuff. Jason has a very vivid imagination, so to kind of go inside that man's mind and explore those sets, it's a bit of a treat, to be honest. Yeah.
Nice.
What's the leadership like in the group? Because you have different leaders in different groups from last season, and now it's all one group.
Yeah, I think that Maddie was kind of supposed to be the leader of all of us. In terms of the leadership group, I think that some of the characters find it hard to find who they align with now. For Bellamy, it's not much of a strain for him. I think he's kind of going along his path and hopefully trying to do the right thing. I think the fact that they're trying to do better, as Monty has said at the end of the season, is the thing that's really driving him towards this new planet. It's not necessarily about who's in charge, who's doing this. We're not going to fight with each other anymore. We're just going to try and do better. I think that's the mantra Bellamy's trying to kind of take him with him. Yeah.
What else can we expect from Bellamy this season?
Not too sure, to be honest. I'm not too sure. Not when I say I'm not too sure. It's more like I'm not too sure what I can say, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know that I had knee surgery, so I couldn't really do anything for the first month of shooting. Which is very frustrating. But he's kind of pushing along that same leadership line and trying to use his head and his heart, but also make amends with, bringing the group back together like Monty had wanted to. And then there's also Jordan. Jordan is Monty and Harper's kid. That's a bit of a spanner in the works there too. So he's an interesting character, and I think Shannon plays him very, very well. Yeah.
Any overarching themes of the season that you can kind of...
I think Jason mentioned one that I forgot. No. I mean, his whole thing is, book 1 is the end of that, where you do what we have to do to survive. And I think now, with the advent of book 2, it's very much about doing better and, working together. And, that's never going to happen on the 100. But, I think he's trying to push a different motif with book 2. And I think it is that, that echo Monty's words about doing better and being the good guys, not necessarily. Sorry, pardon me. Not necessarily about fighting to survive. Yeah.
One more question, guys.
Did we hear you're directing an episode?
Oh yes, yeah. I'll be directing. I think it's episode 11, which is terrifying. I think that I just annoyed Jason enough about asking him questions all the time that he eventually caved. But I mean, it wasn't. It's very exciting for me. It's exciting and terrifying, you know. But I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else. We've got like the best crew. I've known these guys for 6 years, and everyone's very like supporting and. And I get to work with my friends again, and like people that I wouldn't often usually get to work with. I get to do that, and it's the thing that I'm excited most about is being able to sit there and actually enjoy the performances that everyone's putting out, because I think that we've got like fantastic actors on our show, and usually when I'm in a scene, my mind's like running a million miles an hour about what I'm doing and like remembering this, that, and the other, and like feeling these emotions, as opposed to actually getting back to sit back like a viewer gets to and watch this thing, the performance blossom. So I'm just excited to do that, and see my friends do great work. So
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.